life as celebrity bodyguard coming up in Chicago. But before we even get to it, we got to talk about the Diddy in the room. Right now, I just got to get your take on it.
All right.
With what's going on in the world, because I don't want to say this just, America, but this is the world looking at America now and seeing what's going on not only with Diddy, but all the celebrities that are being named and lawsuits that are coming out and people are taking it more serious now. Did you personally see this coming? And if so, how long ago?
Right, so me personally, I definitely seen it coming. Like 2013 was when I really first started speaking out about this, because he was booked to host an event in Chicago at a nightclub called The Vibe on 1534 North Kingsbury. I was head of security at this venue. And whenever celebrities would come through, the owner and the general manager, shout out PJ Khan and shout out Joey Vartanian, they would send me with celebrities after the club. So I ended up at one of his events, and a gentleman I used to work for, his name was David Arrington. He used to not work for, work with. He was a security like me, big, strong, intimidating dude. On to find out, he was double dipping. You feel me? He was getting hired as a sex worker, and when I got to the event, he was there. And
as a bodyguard, or
no, he was there as a performer. Right. So that gentleman's incarcerated right now. He ended up killing his boyfriend, stealing his car, all type of stuff. So he crashed out. So that's how I ended up even knowing about this type of stuff. So, and when I got to the party, all the waitresses was topless. They had like...
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, everybody, the waitresses was topless. Like they had like dancers in cages, naked. I seen a few people had like lions on leashes and stuff like that. You feel me? And then, once they came out to collect everybody's phones, that's when I said, I'm going to the car, y'all got it. Because I see the Diddy guy.
Picture this. Diddy, one of hip-hop's biggest icons and a true mogul, now behind bars, desperately fighting to regain his freedom.
You know that to be true?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've seen some stills. Also, tapes being shot.
Now we live in the world of the deep fake and AI. Is it possible that could be created or crafted and sold?
Well, it's kind of hard to fake CCTV footage, simply because it's time stamped and the pixels in that camera. Any AI footage, the pixels is way higher than a normal camera.
For sure.
So, you gotta take that into consideration.
I think I'm gonna Google everyone who has a $200 million yacht. We gonna line this. We gonna get close.
It's hundreds of guys.
Okay.
Bro,
yeah. Okay.
Rook, didn't you say you wanted a yacht?
Yes.
200 million.
I'm scared to get money now.
It's getting scary.
It's not the money that changes people, because if you a man who get money, you know that this money is a tool.
Right.
It's not your identity. And I'm sure there are things that you wouldn't do for money.
Right.
So it's not the money that changes people.
Rook always told me money only amplifies who you really are.
Yeah, you don't really know who you are until you get some money.
Right. Yeah. Sure. Let you have anything in the world that you want. I'm gonna tell you what. Speaking of, we're gonna jump around this interview a lot, so we're gonna come back to things, but
Here's the setup. Diddy was arrested on September 16th, facing severe charges: trafficking, racketeering, and transporting individuals for illegal activities. Since then, he's been held in the special housing unit at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, a far cry from the lifestyle of a multimillionaire. Despite pleading not guilty, Diddy faces a mountain of allegations and evidence in a challenging legal battle.
Be with underage people, boy or girl. But it's like almost too many cases. What are your thoughts when you hear underage and Diddy in the same sentence? Any type of contact?
People said the same thing about R. Kelly. They said that there's no way, and it turned out to be true. What I've learned is, like I've been to Billionaires Row. Like the most wealthiest guys I ever met have strange quirks, I would say. Like some of the richest dudes I know, they like being tied up and things along those lines. And there are 150,000 unaccounted for children that cross the border every year that are unaccounted for. There is a certain level of darkness that comes with levels of high wealth, because Rook just asked me right now that I think that he could rape somebody. These are people who are not used to being told no. And I know a gentleman who has a yacht, right? The yacht probably costs like $200 million. And there's an entire staff that stays on this yacht. They stay for 6 months, the other staff come for the next 6 months. So if you got enough money, you can buy a person. You can buy their time. So that's the level of what's going on.
Speaking of, we're gonna jump around this interview a lot, so we're gonna come back to things, but let's just stay with R. Kelly. You came up in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
You actually went to school with the victim that was on that tape?
Yeah, at Providence St. Mel.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, for what you know, because back in 2003, I think his case, he got acquitted in 2008, is because there was no victim.
Right.
From your knowledge of what you feel, why was the victim not coming forward in that scenario?
Money.
No, so we're talking about the 13-year-old girl on the camera?
14, man, come on, man.
Don't do it. Don't do it like that.
That's 13-year-old.
People gotta understand something. I grew up around this guy.
Yeah.
My uncle is his personal pastor.
Oh,
so,
Diddy's legal team has tried twice to secure his release on bail. First, they faced U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin Tarnowski, who argued Diddy posed a safety risk due to alleged substance abuse and anger issues.
That was R. Kelly's church. He's been at my uncle's house. My uncle have taken me to where he was at to try to get him to hire me. And my first experience with him, I said I was good. I'm the only one to get involved with this. The man told me, now mind you, he stripped naked in front of all of us in the locker room, which is not too crazy in a locker room, but everybody else got clothes on. He strips naked, and he tells us that he's getting ready to get married to music. He got a 7-foot-tall gold harp made. He got married to that harp in a mansion in Indianapolis. The man shooting from half court. Like, he got a whole team of dudes who they just get the ball and pass it to him so they can shoot from half court. And one of them little females was there with him that was on the TV saying, sure. Yeah, she was there. Yeah, I seen her there.
Wow. Before we hold on. I wanna because before we get out too far into this, you play football, correct?
Yes.
You suffered some head injuries, maybe?
Yeah, I had a few concussions. Sure.
Okay. But you are of sane sound in mind, right?
Because I quit.
Right. I'm asking you this because a lot of people believe that we draw certain individuals in and there's no validity to what they're saying. And we just grab random people for a viral moment.
Right.
But I just want everybody to know you're of sound mind.
Absolutely.
Cause
They know it.
Yeah. Like I'm not under the act that some people are under.
Right.
You can visit my YouTube channel, Big Homie Vlogs, and I got several receipts on that on my YouTube. You can see my client list. You see the first check I ever got paid was $420,000 for doing this job. So
Very
like,
transparent.
if you see me right here, you getting fact. Like I'm not about to embellish or invent details. You know, everything that I'm gonna say can be fact checked. And yeah,
So, speaking of facts, R. Kelly.
Imagine that. A judge declaring one of entertainment's most powerful figures too dangerous to be released. Judge Tarnowski stood firm, insisting no bail package could guarantee public safety or his return to court.
So I've seen some stills. Also, tapes being shot.
now we live in the world of the deep fake and AI. Is it possible that that could be created or crafted and sold?
Oh, it's kind of hard to fake CCTV footage, simply because it's time stamped and the pixels in that camera. Any AI footage, the pixels is way higher than a normal camera.
For sure.
So, you gotta take that into consideration.
I think I'm gonna Google everyone who has a $200 million yacht. And we're gonna line this. We're gonna get close.
It's hundreds of guys.
Okay.
Before we get out of here, bro, I just gotta ask you. So there's a lot of tapes that Diddy has made. Who do you think's on these tapes?
90 terabytes.
If you could maybe give us a celebrity, or maybe one, or maybe two.
Trey Songz on one of the tapes.
I said it.
Damn, nigga.
I knew. No, I didn't know.
Yeah, one of the tapes.
Trey Songz on.
Two more names that you might think is on the tapes.
That nigga said two more.
Yeah. If anything, again, this is hypothetical. We don't know none.
Yeah.
Who would you say, celebrity-wise, you might think be on the tapes? Is Leonardo DiCaprio you feel on the tapes?
Yeah. But he'll buy that before it ever come out though.
Oh yeah, they got that kind of bread.
Yeah, he'll buy it before it ever come out. Cause they pass, and that's the thing, like, they pass certain laws, like that revenge law.
Yeah.
That ain't about no OnlyFans models, man. That's for situations like these, man. That's what I'm saying. It's some type of something going on, bro.
Protect some people.
The Baby was the biggest rapper. Remember that?
The biggest.
You go from 300,000 first week to
Diddy's team didn't back down. They appealed to Judge Andrew L. Carter Jr. with a $50 million bond, backed by equity in Diddy's and his mother's Florida homes, even surrendering passports to prove he wasn't a flight risk.
And I could even justify it by saying the person who brought her to me that you and I both know.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about that on another occasion.
Right.
Because at this point in time, I think I owe you that.
I don't even really.
I know you don't
I
care.
don't care about that. I want you to sing my song.
My point is this. I believe my witness, and he knows what he knows. But regardless of all of that, there's always spaces in between every story. Now, maybe she saw somebody else that looked like Christopher Williams. I can only tell you what that woman said to me.
And she could think that. She could really think that because they look so much alike. Back then, with the curly hair, light skin, the whole 9 yards, it wouldn't be far-fetched. But
if your ignorant ass call me a crackhead again, I don't give no fuck. I'ma just go make flyers of all of that shit from Kohl's with them goddamn JBLs. And I'ma hand it out at every show you do that you try to call me a crackhead, because I ain't never smoked no crack.
oh my God. And y'all got me on the couch with this.
I just want everybody to know that nobody's lying. You're not lying.
No, I'm not
not
gonna lie.
lying. His story isn't any less valid than my story and vice versa. Stop worrying about the little details and pay attention to the big picture.
Always.
Big picture is, at the end of the day, regardless of that story, there are other stories about Puff using sexuality to enslave other men to get them to do what he wanted them to do for his purpose. Now, maybe it wasn't Christopher Williams, but I can think of about 5 other dudes that I could say right off the top of my head right now that I know that to be true.
Okay, I'm reloaded. Gosh,
when I'm away from you, boy, but all I seem to do is cry. Further than then, when I see you, boy, my, how the time does fly. I don't know if you need and love me too. Ooh, the way I love you, needed you. But I hope that we can be together soon. I hope that we can be together soon.
Y'all don't know nothing about this.
I hope that we can be together soon. Can we make it real soon? Can we make it real soon? We got it, come on!
But even Judge Carter sided with Tarnowski, denying bail. The frustration in the courtroom was palpable, especially for Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, who had promised to do everything he could to secure his client's release.
Somebody doing something, bro.
It's something. Somebody got a button they can press.
Yes.
And make some shit shut down. Yeah.
Somebody ain't like what he says. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let me press that button.
Watch
Let me
this,
show you.
oh, bro.
I'll show you, but I can tell you. All right, so, big homie, let me ask you, what do you feel like is gonna happen, let's say within the next 3 months to 6 months? Diddy has a trial in May 25th or whatever, if it happens. Yeah, 2025. What do you feel is gonna happen in the next 6 to 7 months leading up to this trial? Celebrities, lawsuits, I mean, everything seemed to be crashing down in the hip-hop industry. What do you feel may happen or come about?
If Trump wins the election, the Epstein list is going to come out. That list comes out. If that list comes out, if he's able to stay alive, which I don't think he will be able to, not getting a life sentence is going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
But when a nigga like Diddy hits the yard, when he hits the compound, I mean, isn't he made already?
Oh, he's gonna be on the PCR.
Okay.
He'll never hit General Power.
Never.
He's gonna be on high power for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't have a choice.
You think they gonna free Thug?
He should come home.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
He should come home. He should be able to come home. Whatever they change the judge for being biased.
This shit nuts.
Well, you see the new judge they got, that lady, like
She ready to go to the crib.
she like, hey man, every time I come in here, y'all got shit going. And she had it like this, like what's up? It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good.
And then why do you think, not why you think everybody's so happy Big Meech come home, but why do you think when Big Meech came home, everybody think there's like a whole bunch of money, like it's gonna be a BM?
You know, like,
The tension reached a new high as Agnifilo, visibly shaken, left the courtroom. For a seasoned attorney, this setback was unusual, hinting at the gravity of the situation.
Life as a celebrity bodyguard. coming up in Chicago. But before we even get to it, we got to talk about the Diddy in the room. Right now, I just got to get your take on it.
All right.
With what's going on in the world, because I don't want to say this just, America, but this is the world looking at America now and seeing what's going on not only with Diddy, but all the celebrities that are being named and lawsuits that are coming out and people are taking it more serious now. Did you personally see this coming? And if so, how long ago?
Right, so me personally, I definitely seen it coming. Like 2013 was when I really first started speaking out about this, because he was booked to host an event in Chicago in a nightclub called The Vibe on 1534 North Kingsbury. I was head of security at this venue. And whenever celebrities would come through, the owner and the general manager, shout out PJ Khan and shout out Joey Vartanian, they would send me with celebrities after the club. So I ended up at one of his events, and a gentleman I used to work for, his name was David Arrington. He's not work for, work with. He was security like me, big, strong, intimidating dude. Come to find out, he was double dipping. So he was getting hired as a sex worker, and when I got to the event, he was there. And
as a bodyguard or?
No, he was there as a performer. Right, so that gentleman's incarcerated right now. He ended up killing his boyfriend, stealing his car, all type of stuff. So he crashed out. So that's how I ended up even knowing about this type of stuff. So, and when I got to the party, all the waitresses was topless. They had
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's okay, yes.
Agnifilo, who's handled high-profile cases before, spoke to the press afterward, emphasizing that he's pushing for a swift trial. The conditions in the detention center, particularly the special housing unit, he called inhumane.
And we know Yo Gotti is a multimillionaire, owns with all the things that he owns, and would we say he's in the upper echelon of the? Can he exist in these spaces?
Let's Google Yo Gotti's net worth.
You got it? Oh, yeah, I'm putting it.
Okay, they got it listed as $100 million.
Yeah, so if your net worth is $100 million, you probably have $50 million liquid capital. So let's put some in perspective. Elon Musk is donating $45 million a month to Donald Trump's campaign.
That's wild business.
So in 2 months, he's donated Yo Gotti's net worth to Donald Trump's campaign. So that should give you some perspective.
Right. For sure.
Yeah. I haven't really met many rappers with money. Like most rappers that I meet are living middle class. If you see them with the 200,000 stack, that's all they got. Right. For sure, that's all they got.
Why do we? Because this particular platform was built off of the love of hip hop and music.
Sure.
But it's hard to run a business off hip hop and music.
Yeah.
So why is it that rappers are so broke?
First and foremost, you gotta really think about it. Remember that song by Birdman? What did he say? I got everything in my mama name.
Yeah.
Come on now, that's just poor money morals right there.
Right.
And then most of us come from a street element. So, you can't just go down to the bank and buy $1 million house without getting indicted. So the rap game is entertainment. But I remember when the gangsters would take their homie who not a killer, but he can rap. This our rapper, we pushing behind him.
Right.
Now they want you to be a killer, a robber, a drug dealer, and a rapper.
This is a stark contrast to Diddy's usual world of luxury and freedom, now confined, with little privacy or comfort. It's a sharp fall from grace.
You know, whenever I think of Diddy, I think of just a rap mogul, but you don't really look at him as having all these connections with all these different facets of, as far as out of entertainment, like, is hip hop music really that ingrained in so many different levels of life to where you have a person like P. Diddy associating with a head of Nike or just, like, I'm just saying, for an example, like a nigga like Moneybagg Yo, I wouldn't imagine if he get taken down like somewhere in IBM. There's the head of IBM is stepping down, or the head of Calvin Klein is, you know what I'm saying? Like, how ingrained is hip hop into other fields of industry?
Right, so hip hop culture is the biggest culture in the world, first and foremost. But there are tiers to hip hop. Now, Diddy was able to work his way up into the private sector where you're rubbing shoulders with other CEOs, other business owners, other heads of media. So the situation is, you're not gonna see Moneybagg Yo at a political fundraiser. You'll see Diddy there. You see what I'm saying? So I've been to fundraising events. You know, they might have some artwork for sale. The opening bid for some of the artists is gonna be $1 million. So you got Moneybagg Yo, probably getting 40, 50,000 a show. He's signed to somebody, so he's not gonna get his streaming revenue. He's not gonna really own his masters. So that's why you see him signing other artists. Like, most rappers are just simply financially not on the level to be able to impact that community of people.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what that's.
And no disrespect to Moneybagg Yo,
Salute Moneybagg Yo.
Yeah, he's awesome artist. But speaking to that, the murder of Young Dolph.
Yep.
And we just watched his killers get their time. But they also implicated CMG.
Few could have predicted this, and it highlights just how serious the government is about pursuing these charges.
I like to wear things that has significant value, Queen.
It's nice to see you again.
It's great to be seen, and you look amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes, do you, sir?
Thank you
like
so
a little
much.
pop of color going on here,
Thank you.
and the serious valuables you're rocking as well. I did not know you were a fan of Venom.
I'm not only a fan of Venom, but I'm a huge fan of Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
One of the most incredible actors in the world, to me. And obviously to a lot of others, which is the reason why he not only does such an amazing job in Venom, but I think it's an understatement to say how incredible he is in all of the other films that he does.
Yeah.
But even beyond that, I was blessed with the opportunity of being able to really get to establish a friendship with him, creatively, personally, just being able to get on the phone, chop it up, get advice on things.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm always trying to, find the right opportunities to get into myself when it comes to film and television.
Yeah.
There's really no greater friend and teacher and mentor that you can have, outside of like a Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And I have several favorite actors and acting coaches and just people that is trying to just help guide me in the right way to finally be able to evolve in the film and television space.
Are you in this film?
No, I'm not. But I had the fresh, incredible, amazing opportunity to do a commercial with Tom Hardy for the film to promote the film. And it's available for everyone to see now, and it's incredible.
Yeah, I thought I saw you pop up on his feed, and I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? I love, so you're just basically, you're planting the seed, so whenever Venom and Spider-Man cross paths, maybe we'll see Busta pop in there too.
Yeah, they'll probably have a nice new villain or hero called the Dragon.
Oh, is that gonna be you?
I mean, I've been to Dungeon Dragons since, the inception of Busta Rhymes, but, it will hopefully be me, God willing, when that incredible Marvel universe
I know what you're doing there. We're just putting it out there, y'all.
decides to just find a way to get that Dungeon Dragon character in the Marvel Universe.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta speak it into existence.
That's a fact.
But it gets darker. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York has a 14-page indictment detailing allegations of repeated abusive behavior and an extensive network of criminal activity. They've gathered testimonies, digital evidence, and more.
Prostitute and actress meant the same thing in 1865. If you were called an actress, that meant you were a prostitute. See, it's the evolution of.
Yeah.
Look at Young Miami. Look at that girl. Diddy brought me to my womanhood. Diddy, and I just said, baby, you need to work this out. You need to figure this out. Has everyone now that she's being named in these lawsuits now figured out that this is a acting ass liar?
Yeah, I'm still
Drea Kelly talking.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on her saying I like to get peed on, and
And that's supposed to be normal.
Yeah, to normalize it for the world at least. I'm like, damn, keep that between
Funny
you and
thing
you.
is, the 13-year-old girl who R. Kelly peed in her face on that video after having, statutory whatever he had. Well, think about that. That was glorified.
Correct.
That video was everywhere. And now we got girls say, oh, I love it when he pees on me. So, do you see the evolution?
Yeah, that video the DVD was being sold like.
First time I saw it was in a music studio.
Damn.
Like every other industry porn. First time I saw Paris Hilton's tape, A Night in Paris, was in the studio. The first time I saw Mary J. Blige being gang raped on camera at Death Row after hours was in the studio. Why would all of this illicit be in a place where music is supposed to be created, energy? Why would all of that be happening? Why would these things be hitting there before they make it out there to the world? If it wasn't working hand in hand to begin with.
Now there's a viral video going around where Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre are sitting there and they're on TV.
Investigators combed through over 90 devices, from cell phones to cloud accounts, and issued 300-plus grand jury subpoenas covering Diddy's communications, finances, and businesses.
During a career that spanned decades. Tonight, fans are mourning the death of the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Well, during the height of his career, he was arguably the biggest celebrity in the world.
Sure was, and boy, did his death this afternoon come as a huge shock. Michael Jackson was just 50. He died after suffering cardiac arrest. Just moments after news of his death, tributes and vigils began. New at 11:13 Wham's Elizabeth Schubert is live at WDKX, where a musical tribute took place tonight. Elizabeth?
A lot of fans tonight calling in to WDKX. They're sharing their memories of Michael. They're also requesting many of their favorite songs. And WDKX, certainly the station to listen to because they're playing all Michael Jackson songs all the time.
Not interactive at WDKX.
WDKX on-air DJ Atu Trammell was at work when he heard the news.
It's not a rumor Michael Jackson has died. Can't believe Michael Jackson died. Cardiac arrest.
He knew he had to do something.
We're gonna take over the radio with just Michael Jackson, period.
So he changed the station's entire music lineup, replacing it all with songs by the King of Pop.
Can you please play I Wanna Rock With You by Michael Jackson?
He took requests and played his favorites. Looking on, Wake Up Club co-host Tariq Spence. He's still trying to figure out how to put Jackson's death into words.
How do you put it in perspective somebody you grew up with, which could be the last true American icon? I mean, it's just, there's no really words for it.
For Spence, Jackson was more than a performer. He was an inspiration.
Everybody wanted to moonwalk. everybody wanted to win the dance competition using Michael's moves.
Tariq Spence also said something that really resonated with me. He said, when people of stature die like that, so suddenly, you don't really know what to say, you don't really know what to do. And that's the kind of response that we've heard from fans of Michael Jackson tonight. Now, not only is WDKX playing all Michael Jackson songs.
One of the most disturbing pieces of evidence involves videos of alleged freak-offs, multi-day events with alleged sex workers, and individuals reportedly coerced with drugs. Investigators say they even found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil at his properties, adding a disturbing image to Diddy's public persona.
What was going on with Diddy, and if you knew Diddy, and I love Dapper Dan for this, he said, I grew up with his parents. I knew his parents. He said, and what's going on with him has been going on long before him. Now, his father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world altogether. The woman that they're saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, that woman is his aunt.
Whoa.
There are whispers.
Wait a minute.
There are whispers. Diddy's story is so convoluted, but nobody really likes talking about who he was before he became Puffy. Nobody, I would love if I could be granted an interview with him. To interview Diddy now in his most raw state about his life up until the age of 15 only. We gotta learn how to stop making Diddies. What made him him? Now his pedigree comes from rat background. His father was a rat snitch. Not revered. He turned on Frank Lucas, who was the king of Harlem. And yet, Diddy was able to, siphon off enough of that juice, just enough to get people, but he needed Gene. Think about this. Gene was more of a father figure to Diddy than he was a bodyguard.
For Agnifilo, defending Diddy is an immense task. He has questioned the baby oil detail, dismissing these events as threesomes, and insisting Diddy won't consider a plea deal. For Diddy, accepting a deal would mean conceding to claims he firmly denies.
On the web, you can, of course, find their website on ours, 13wham.com. Simply click on the green Find It button.
All right, Elizabeth Schubert, thank you. Well, reaction to Michael Jackson's death has come from a wide variety of fans.
Yeah, those who kind of grew up with him, appreciated his music, and another generation of new fans as well. Many swarming to UCLA Hospital where Jackson died, his star, of course, on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and the Apollo Theater in New York City. Michael Jackson was the king of pop.
Basically, Michael Jackson has written the soundtrack to my life.
His death came as a shock. Paramedics called to Jackson's Los Angeles home on Thursday afternoon. He was not breathing. CPR was immediately administered, and he was rushed to UCLA Medical Center.
My brother, the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m. It is believed he suffered cardiac arrest in his home.
Jackson was planning a comeback series of concerts starting next month. He called it his final tour.
This is the final curtain call.
A curtain that came down much too early for the 50-year-old pop sensation who began his remarkable career with his brothers, the Jackson 5, in the 1960s. That followed by a solo career, becoming a household name in all corners of the world. Tabloid coverage accompanied that fame. His ever-changing appearance, his marriage to Lisa Marie Presley, and then Debbie Rowe, the mother of his children, In 2003, a low point in Jackson's life when he was accused and acquitted of molesting a 13-year-old boy. But in the end, Michael Jackson was a dazzling performer. Just remember the moonwalk on Motown's 25th anniversary special. And Thriller. That album won 8 Grammy Awards and is the best-selling record of all time. And as the news spread tonight, many fans turned to the internet to find out if it was true. The website TMZ reports Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter were hit by a tidal wave of traffic.
Well, fans looking forward to Michael Jackson's planned comeback are devastated by news of his sudden death. His brother Jermaine says it's believed Michael Jackson suffered cardiac arrest in his home yesterday. An autopsy will be performed today. Jackson was 50 years old. Well, fans of Michael Jackson gathered outside the Jackson family home in California.
Interestingly, Agnifilo hinted that Diddy might testify at trial. This would be monumental, a chance for Diddy to address the accusations directly, but a risky move with intense cross-examination.
The Jackson dynasty mourning the death of Tito Jackson. He was 70 years old. While an official cause of death has not been determined, Steve Manning, a longtime family friend, tells ET Tito died of an apparent heart attack on Sunday while driving from New Mexico to Oklahoma. Tito was one of the famous Jackson 5, beloved brother to the late king of pop Michael, and a father of 3.
Michael was a common thread to the whole family, and I think the family has handled it very well, but it's a very big pill to swallow, so we're going to continue to love each other and support my brother's legacy, and that's what our goal is.
Tito shared this pic to Instagram just days ago, alongside his brothers paying tribute to a memorial for Michael.
After we found ourselves, we found out that we are brothers and we are entertainers, so that's what we were put here to do, so that's exactly what we're doing.
Think of the image shift this would bring. A once celebrated mogul now defending his character in court. The outcome could reshape Diddy's legacy, his family, and his entire empire. Whether convicted or acquitted, the shadow of this case may linger.
But he'll buy that for whatever come out though.
Oh yeah, they got that kind of bread.
Yeah, he'll buy that for whatever come out. Because they pass, and that's the thing, like, they pass certain laws, like that revenge law.
Yeah.
That ain't about no OnlyFans models, man. That's for situations like these, man. That's what I'm saying. It's some type of something going on, bro.
Protect some people.
The Baby was the biggest rapper. Remember that?
The biggest.
You go from 300,000 first week to 5,000. Somebody doing something, bro.
It's something. Somebody got a button they can press.
Yes.
And make some shit shut down.
Yeah. Somebody ain't like what he says. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me press that button.
Watch
let me
this,
show you,
bro.
I'll show you, but I can tell you. All right, so, big homie, let me ask you, what do you feel like is going to happen, let's say, within the next 3 months to 6 months? Diddy has a trial in May 25th or whatever, if it happens. Yeah, 2025. What do you feel is going to happen in the next 6 to 7 months leading up to this trial? Celebrities, lawsuits, I mean, everything seemed to be crashing down in the hip-hop industry. What do you feel may happen or come about?
If Trump wins the election, the Epstein list is going to come up. That list comes out. If that list comes out, if he's able to stay alive, which I don't think he will be able to, not getting a life sentence is going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
But when a nigga like Diddy hits the yard, when he hits the compound, I mean, isn't he made already?
Oh, he gonna be on the PCR.
Okay.
He'll never hit General Pop.
Never. Nah, never.
He gonna be on high power for sure.
Yeah.
For life? Yeah, he won't have a choice.
Next steps? Diddy's team plans to appeal to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, hoping for a break. But with the weight of evidence against him, the path ahead is tough. They're up against months, possibly years, of a federal case backed by hundreds of testimonies, videos, and data.
My P's and Q's now. Because here, this the most anybody ever said hello to me.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Like, my Uber driver took me to a barbecue restaurant. He's like, you're a big fella, man. You're not hungry? I'm like, bro, I just got off the plane. I've been up 30 hours. I'm hungry. He said, just hang out with me for a second. We pulled up. We bought the beef brisket out, and we went to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, very friendly.
Hey, damn, I'm liking Texas.
Southern hospitality, man.
It exists. It exists. But where I'm from, hell no. The Uber driver, they got plastic in the car.
Yeah.
You can't even reach them.
Damn.
What? The man took me to a barbecue spot. He said, you wait right here.
You wait right here. Here's the keys. Car running.
I said, how much I owe you? I cashed out $15. I'm eating the beef brisket in the car.
Damn.
I said, okay.
You know what's so fucked up about this? But it's like, people feel like it's, because it really is not that bad, but you have a nigga jump in the Uber car and just try to rob the nigga and shoot him for no reason.
Yeah, that's just that broke, goofy shit. Like, this the problem, bro. They made being a crash out cool. Right. Where I come from, you better get a job if you can't hustle in the street. Go to work. Come catch us after work. Like, a Uber driver, man? He's not finna have no 100,000 on here, man. So you finna catch a felony to get a debit card and $50, you's a straight term on bro grade. Stupid man with the stupid plan.
God, yeah. Now some folks say robbing is a job. Like, hey, nigga, I'm wake up in the morning, get ready, take a shower, and get out to get to robbing. It's just
you got robbers and you got real takers, bro.
Yeah, that's real.
Like real takers, bro, they're not coming outside for less than 50. A robber, you finna take from, you stepping over dollars to pick up pennies. Yeah. You finna rob this guy to go buy some weed and a drink for later. Use a third. Watch out. You in the way.
So, Bobby Valentino.
Right.
You bodyguard for him, even at one of the Diddy situations, or a Diddy-esque event.
Right.
He has said to you, man, I done got so much that you don't even
excite him.
Don't even excite him no more.
But he was there with 2 females. He had 2 girlfriends at the time. He had 2 females with him. I'm thinking they were normal females. They wasn't normal though. Yeah. And this is one of those situations.
Abnormal? I'm just
Look, man, they went to go drain the snake, man. I tell you.
Oh shit! Man.
Yes. And if you type him up, he done got caught with several Transformers.
Yeah, it's crazy because, again, we had, I did an interview with Bobby Valentino and Chingy, and they opted to do it together. And as I did it together, we also interviewed Sydney Starr here. And all together? No, just Chingy and Bobby. They said they had to do the interview together. So we interviewed Sydney Starr, and she brings up the whole Chingy stuff and like, you know, there's water under the bridge and blah, blah, blah. But I'm looking at the connection of it. I'm like, man, for that story to be a thing, and then Sydney and then Chingy, it just looks away.
First and foremost, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, please.
Salute real life production. Yes. Salute Joker, salute Rook, salute Fab. You've been outside a long time, bro. You done seen a lot of stuff. You know when something look fishy. Right. You probably know, like, hold on, man. The back door open right now. They probably, just like y'all know, bro. When something look a little weird, you get that feeling. Right. It's not all a coincidence.
The world is watching.
We born and raised, this Dallas, Texas shit, so we don't see a lot of that Hollywood shit going on in Dallas. H-Town maybe.
It's a different culture.
But Miami, LA, New York, like celebrities, here it's a different culture. There's a lot of thuggery. Like, you got to get down.
Slap down here playing like that.
Yeah, you don't see, like some shit like that. You just wouldn't see.
Bro,
so
it's different down here, bro. In the South, everything ain't the same.
Yeah.
Like Texas men, it's a lot different than other cities and states, bro. Like, Texas men got a different confidence. Like most Texas dudes think they better than most other niggas.
It's his own country, goddamn it. It's his damn.
Nobody disagree with me.
Right. We ain't gonna disagree with you. We ain't. Right. We damn near all. We are. It's like Afghanistan.
Y'all brothers. I'm sure y'all argue and shit from time to time. Yeah. But y'all brothers, y'all shit built on mutual respect.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And y'all gonna hold each other accountable. Y'all wouldn't be able to do all of this shit without having accountability.
Come on.
So if one of them take you to a party and niggas pulling out the Magic Dragon, you gonna be like, what the fuck? What y'all? You ready to fight one of them?
Facts.
It's a different vibe, bro. It's a different energy. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask, these parties that you normally go to, these where you're being hired to protect whoever it is.
Not just to see if Diddy will go free, but to gauge what this case says about power, influence, and accountability in the world of fame.